Have you ever felt like you're just a pinball? Just bouncing around in the machine of life? You're jumping from one urgent thing to the next, you're constantly overstimulated, and honestly, you're just exhausted. Well, in this explainer, we're going to tear apart that chaos and look for a calmer and way more powerful way to live.
Man, this quote really hits home, doesn't it? It just perfectly captures our modern life. It's like we wear our burnout like it's a badge of honor. We believe that if we're not running at 100 miles an hour, we must be falling behind or, I don't know, not doing enough.
So what if real power, real control, what if it's not about being the loudest person in the room or the fastest? What if it's about being the most deliberate? That's the big question we're diving into today.
Okay, let's get right into it. Section 1, the tyranny of busy. And we're calling it a tyranny for a reason. We're going to look at how this whole culture of being busy has basically become a trap that keeps us anxious and totally overwhelmed.
You know, the biggest problem is that this whole high-speed lifestyle, it's often just a mask for high-functioning anxiety. We think we're being super productive, but really we're just creating all this frantic energy that keeps our brains in a constant state of fight or flight, and it's just burning us out.
So what's the fix? What's the antidote to all this chaos? Well, let's explore it in our second section, the quiet authority mindset. This is all about making a shift, a huge shift, from just reacting to everything to being truly intentional. And listen, this isn't some new age productivity hack you'll see on social media. Quiet authority, it's a philosophy. It's rooted in some really ancient wisdom. It's all about understanding that real strength, genuine strength, doesn't need to shout. It operates with this calm, focused precision.
This slide just lays it out so perfectly. On the left, you've got the chaos of the hustle. You're just reacting, you're juggling a million things, you're yelling to get your point across. But look at the right. That's the calm focus of quiet authority. You're responding with thought, you're monotasking with purpose, and you're speaking with a kind of weight that actually makes people lean in and listen.
All right, so let's get practical. Let's break this down into 3 core pillars. Our first pillar is all about commanding your presence. Literally, how you carry yourself and how you talk to other people. These are really simple shifts, but trust me, they have a massive impact.
So we're going to look at 3 super specific techniques: changing your speaking pace, using silence as a powerful tool, and adjusting your volume, not to lose authority, but to actually gain it. Think about it. When you're nervous or you're really trying to make a point, what do? The natural thing is to speed up. But here's the thing. Psychologically, talking fast can actually trigger a stress response in the person you're talking to. But when you deliberately slow down, you force the world to adjust to your tempo. It signals confidence, it suggests your words are important, and it gives them space to land with real weight.
Now, let's talk about the power of the pause. Look at this timeline. Someone hits you with a tough, loaded question. Your first instinct is to jump right in. Don't. Take what we call a strategic beat. Just 3 seconds of silence. This tiny pause, it creates a power vacuum. It pulls you out of that reactive lizard brain and into your thoughtful, composed mind. And suddenly, you're in complete control of your response.
Okay, so we've talked about the external. Let's move inward with our second pillar, mastering your mind. This one is all about taming the chaos inside your own head. It's about managing your cognitive load so you don't feel like your battery is always at 10%.
Get this, 35,000. That's the average number of decisions you make every single day. And that leads to a very real thing called decision fatigue. It's a mental drain that actually hurts your self-control and makes you way more likely to make bad, impulsive choices as the day goes on. So the key isn't to make decisions faster, it's to make fewer of them. So how do we fight this fatigue? Well, the path forward is all about simplification. And we do that by focusing on one thing at a time, by strategically cutting down our daily choices, and by just stop wasting energy arguing with things we can't change.
Let's be clear, multitasking is a total myth. Your brain doesn't actually do 2 things at once. It just switches between tasks really, really fast. And every single time it switches, it has to pay a little switching tax in mental energy. The alternative? Monotasking. Think of it like the Japanese idea of shokunin, the craftsman's spirit. You treat every single task, even a simple one, with singular, devoted focus.
And here are some unbelievably simple ways to start fighting decision fatigue. Create a personal menu for meals. Just have a few go-to options. Adopt a simple uniform for work. The whole point is to put all those small daily decisions on autopilot so you can save your precious brain power for the stuff that actually matters. Okay, let's move on to our third and final pillar,
your environment. And you gotta remember, the space around you, it's not passive. It's an active extension of your mind. A chaotic space almost always leads to a chaotic mind.
We're going to focus on 3 actions here. Designing a little pocket of calm in your home, reclaiming that first crucial hour of your day, and building routines that are so simple, it's almost impossible to fail at them. Every single piece of clutter you can see is basically an unfinished task that your brain is trying to process. Now, you don't need a perfectly minimalist home, but what you do need is one island of sanity. It could be a clean desk or a clear nightstand, just one place where your eyes and your mind can rest. It's a visual reminder that order is actually possible.
And this brings us to protecting your golden hour. Seriously, when you grab your phone the second you wake up, you are inviting hundreds of strangers, your boss, and a million notifications right into your bedroom with you. You are literally handing the keys to your mood over to an algorithm. That first hour has to be sacred. Keep it for yourself.
Okay, so we've covered a lot. I get it. And it might feel like a ton of things you have to do now. But the whole philosophy of quiet authority is about subtraction, not addition. So no, you absolutely do not have to do all of this at once.
The most important thing to take away from all of this is to just pick one single practice. Maybe tomorrow, you just focus on speaking a little more slowly. Or maybe you just commit to keeping your phone out of the bedroom. That's it. The goal here is a small, consistent change, not some massive, stressful overhaul.
And this quote, it just says it all, right? When life feels completely overwhelming, what's the one small, deliberate action you can take right now? The path to quiet authority isn't some grand revolution. It's found in the power of a single, focused, intentional move. So, what will yours be?